I'm not big on surprise parties as a rule, but this one was different. The 10th wedding anniversary of Belle in Spanish. My best girl and my best friend. Ten years ago, it had been tough to take. But even then, I knew Belle had made the right choice. Nothing had happened since to change my mind.
Evening, sir.
Miguel de la Guerra was a lawyer, what his people called a man among men. He'd always stood up for the little guy against the ghetto landlords and junk peddlers. Now he was going after their buddies in high places, graft and corruption at the top. Spanish said he'd clean up City Hall, and the voters were starting to like that idea. He was the only guy I knew with the guts and honesty to pull it off.
Mr. Marlowe.
Teresa. Haven't they fired you yet?
Where have you been for so long?
So I'm a little late, huh?
You could spoil everything. Philip?
Belle.
It's okay, everyone. You can relax. It's not Spanish.
Brought some bubbly.
You brought yourself. That's what matters.
You're looking good, Belle. You're looking great.
You too, tough guy. Oh, Mr. Burke, this is Filipp Mарлоу, an old friend.
Hello.
How do you do?
I can't think in the middle of all these people. I just want to look at you. It's been a while, Philip.
I get caught up. You know the story.
Too long.
Spanish gonna be our next city attorney.
It's close. He's got the City Hall gang running scared already.
Big John Masters could use the exercise. I always said Spanish would make it to Washington.
One step at a time.
You're happy, Belle?
Of course. That'll be him. Okay, everybody hide. Quick, it's Spanish. Don't you move, Philip. You're going to be the big surprise. Come on, quick. Oh, my God. Oh.
Mrs. Delgado.
No.
Belle?
No. This man here.
You better, man.
What is it?
I'm afraid Mr. Delgado won't be coming home tonight.
He's hurt.
He's been killed.
Oh.
Shot dead. I'm sorry.
Goodbye, Spanish. Don't worry about Belle. I'll look after her.
That's evidence, Marlowe. Put it back.
Hasn't been fired.
I guess he didn't have time.
No. They didn't give him time.
This one stinks all right.
Who found him?
City Burns, his secretary.
He sent me out to pick this up. I was a present for his wife. It's there.
Anniversary. Yeah, I know. I'll deliver it.
Look, Marlowe, you shouldn't even be in here.
I'm gonna see she gets this.
Sir?
I guess it can't hurt. A 32.
Light caliber? Amateur's weapon.
I don't know. There's no shells lying around. A hitman takes his shells with him.
Hitman doesn't miss, not at this range.
Who does?
Guy who's scared or angry. Imlay.
Imlay? The city attorney? What about him?
Spanish was after his job. Looked like he might get it.
You saying Don Imlay did this?
Nah. I'm just saying his name's the last one in this book. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it was while I was out.
Why, what a mess. Gonna be hell to pay.
When the press gets hold of it?
That's right.
Yeah, only fear of the press would bring the commissioner and his pet police chief out of the woodwork.
He one of yours?
No, he's sort of a friend of the family.
I'm acting for the widow. I'm a private eye.
Your name?
Marlowe. Philip Marlowe.
Then get out of here, Philip Mарлlow.
I'm here on a case, Commissioner. I got a right to see the evidence.
License? Check this guy, the whole file. If you're clean, you can pick up your license next week. Maybe. Until then, you don't have any rights, so get out of here.
I saw the name in the book, Ibarra. Be sure and tell your superiors that.
What name? What book?
Now, you keep it, Sugar. You're gonna need it when these boys start papering over the cracks.
You're talking about the city attorney, mister, not some hoodlum?
There's a difference. I wanted to go to Belle, tell her it was all a mistake. Some other guy went down, not Spanish. If I couldn't do that, I wanted to find his killer. Preferably at the wrong end of a 38. I decided to start with Don Imlay's boss, the mayor. Big John Masters had gotten to think he owned the city. Spanish had been planning to set him straight about that.
Who's arranging the transportation?
Out of my way. I'm not in the mood for games.
Who are you? What do you want?
I'm looking for Don Imlay.
What do you want him for?
I'm a voter. I got some questions to ask my candidate.
Well, Emily's not here. You can see that. Maybe I can help you. Spill it.
Can we lose these goons?
You haven't told me your name yet.
Philip Marlowe. Miguel De La Guerra was a pal of mine.
Beat it. Sit down.
You've heard then?
Yeah, it's too bad.
Not for you or Imlay.
Well, De La Guerra was a decent guy. Sure, we called each other some lousy names. We were on opposite sides. It's the game.
He wasn't playing any game, Masters. He was after your crowd for real.
But what the hell do you want from me anyway?
I want Imlay.
I'd like a piece of myself. 6 days to the election. He hasn't been in here all day.
I know where he was at 6 o'clock. He was keeping an appointment with De La Guerra.
I suppose you can prove that.
Maybe I can.
And you shouldn't be telling me this, boy. You got a story to tell? Tell it to the cops.
I'll do that. Just as soon as I can find one who's not in your pocket.
Anybody seen Harry? There's a call for him.
We Commissioner Drew on the line.
guess the cops have been here.
The commissioner himself.
That figures. How is she?
Not too good, Mr. Marlowe. She won't see nobody. She won't talk or cry or nothing.
It's shock, Teresa. It'll pass.
Philip. How good of you to come.
I could come back later.
Of course not. Could I offer you something? Coffee? A drink?
No, thanks.
His eyes stare at me wherever I look, Philip.
I rescued this. He got it for you.
It's a lousy world.
Yeah, mostly.
And if you stand up and say something, nobody listens.
Lots of people listen to Spanish.
Spanish did more than just talk. He tried to change things, and they smashed him for it.
He reached a lot of people, Bill. They're still out there. They'll know.
Know what? That if you tell the truth in this town, the master's machine will roll right over you. That you can shoot a man dead and get away with it as long as you own the police force.
Nobody's getting away with anything, Bill.
He's dead, isn't he?
They got a good line on the killer.
Masters.
No, listen.
Oh, they're gonna cover it up, Philip. Are you gonna help them? Philip, wait.
Tell me what Drew said.
You hope they made an arrest soon. But Spanish had a lot of enemies. It might take some time to sift through them.
What else do you have to say?
Just questions. Where did Spanish go the last while? What did he do? Who did he see?
What'd you tell him?
The usual. Meetings, speeches. He went up to the lake one night, but I didn't tell him that.
Puma Lake?
Yeah. He still kept that old cabin up there. I couldn't stand the thought of the cops stomping all over it.
All the way up to Puma Lake, I couldn't get Belle out of my mind. Her perfume, the sound of her voice. I knew she needed me just as a friend. Someone to dry her tears, help her remember the good times. I knew something else. 10 years hadn't made any difference to the way I felt about her. Spanish always loved the lake. He said the cabin was the one place he felt safe. He came up here to breathe, to get the stink of politics out of his nostrils, to be alone with the great outdoors. But Spanish hadn't been alone the last time. The reek of cigar smoke was still heavy in the air. And there was something else. I knew what I was going to find, and I didn't like it a bit. Dime store perfume. The kind you buy by the pint and siphon into pretty little bottles. Yeah. Spanish had been keeping company with a lady who definitely was not his wife.
come on. Drop it! Easy, mister. Hey! You can take pretty good care of yourself, mister. Likewise. Now that we got that straight, why don't we just go on home? What? And leave that stiff over there? He'll be okay. He's got friends in high places. Listen, mister. I don't get many killers in my county. I'm gonna enjoy taking you in. Your county? You've been mixing it up with the deputy sheriff. Should have said so from the start. I'm a private detective. You got something on paper that says that? Yeah, sure. I must have left it at home. Come on, buddy. Nice and easy.
I didn't kill Imlay, and you know it.
All I know is what the local guy tells me. The rest follows.
It'll never play, Drew.
No, your pal De La Guerra gets bumped off. You get the idea. It's Imlay, you go after Imlay.
So I drove him halfway across the state. Was that before or after I killed him?
Oh, you tell me.
Then I threw him on a wood pile and sat around enjoying the view till a local heat showed up. Come on!
It's enough to hold you on.
The hell it is!
Not to mention resisting arrest and assaulting an officer.
Did Willis swear out a complaint?
He will if we need it.
Maybe those country cops aren't so easily pushed around.
Then we got trespassing, breaking and entering.
What about breathing without a license?
Be a wise guy. You're a suspect in a murder case, Marlowe. We got enough to put you in and hold you any time. Take a statement and turn him loose.
What do you say, Ibarra? Cute, huh?
I'm just leaning on you, Marlowe. Nobody thinks you killed him, right?
Maybe. Maybe they're just looking hard for somebody to take the rap.
What are you getting at?
Imlay was Master's pet city attorney, only he was hard to control. He had a nasty temper.
That's for sure.
But then Imlay goes too far. Gets in a fight with Spanish. Kills him. Any word on those slugs, by the way?
Yeah, 25s, it turns out.
A damn vest pocket ride.
Copper nickel slugs. Couldn't find the shells.
So now the city attorney is a murderer. A scandal like that could sink Masters, Drew, and the whole City Hall machine.
You think that's how it happened?
What do you care? Just give me my stuff and let me get out of here.
Listen, Marlowe. I do the best I can. But I need this job.
Another time, huh?
De La Guerra, he was a hero to my people. He fought their battles. If you had a problem, his door was always open. Anytime.
What are you saying, Avera?
I'm saying I wish they hadn't found a way to stop it.
Sadie!
Oh, look, I've told you everything. Oh, Mr. Marlowe.
They've been putting you through it, huh?
Talk about your third degree.
Would you take one more question? When did Imlay make that appointment?
What appointment? I'm sorry, Mr. Marlowe. I don't know nothing.
Oh, I get it. They warned you off, huh?
They said it was only my word that he was dead when I got back to the office.
You wouldn't kill Spanish.
No, that's right.
You were too much in love with him. The two of you played house together up at the lake.
Please, leave me alone.
Did you go up there with him the last time?
No, I haven't been to the cabin. For almost a year.
It wasn't exactly what you'd call an affair. It just wasn't that important. I'm not Spanish anyways.
What about you?
Yeah, I loved him. I loved everything about him. He worked so hard for other people, and sometimes he just needed somebody to care about him.
How about his wife? That didn't bother you any?
Belle was the only woman he loved. Nothing could change that, but I wasn't the only woman who made visits to that cabin. I thought you knew Spanish, Mr. Marlowe.
So did I. Okay. About his appointment with Imlay.
Oh, well, Spanish must have said that out himself. Listen, I did not know anything about it.
I need an office key.
Hey, what do you want?
Gotta get a new set of prints. I wanted to look around his office when the cops weren't there to play games with the evidence. I owed it to him. Not the guy in the election poster, but the other one. The guy who could take your girl and almost make you like it. thought I'd had enough surprises for one day. I was wrong.
Just a message from the boys down at headquarters.
Message?
Yeah, it says, keep your nose out of this, Marlowe.
You're all I have left, Philip. You won't let them hurt you.
Who?
I'm not a fool.
What are you doing here, Bill?
Can an old friend drop by for a visit? I can't stay in the house, Philip. The phone keeps ringing. Police reporters. Every time I hear the door, I think it's him. Spanish. I shouldn't have come.
I'm glad you did.
No, this is wrong. I'll leave.
I only ever had two real friends. Now there's only one. I could use a drink. How about you?
Sure. As long as it sits up.
And talks back.
You remember? Do you remember that restaurant we used to go to? You know, that little one down on Alvaro Street? What is it?
All these years I told myself, at least he's making her happy. I was talking with Sadie Burns.
Don't judge him, Philip. He was a great man.
Judge him? I don't judge anybody. I'm just trying to get to the truth.
Spanish had a power in him that women found irresistible. That he didn't always say no to them was a small enough weakness.
And you could live with this weakness.
No. I lived with his goodness and his strength. The other women could have the rest.
I can't believe it was that easy.
It wasn't easy. Sometimes I wanted to call you, Philip. Just to talk.
I was always here.
But I had to live with the choice I'd made. But there were times.
5 spot says you don't make that shot.
You're on.
That's a 10, pal.
I've seen one.
Ooh, nice shot, man.
You lose. Timeout. I gotta go a place.
Max Chill was a pool shark, a hustler, a salesman. He sold information. He wasn't an easy guy to talk to. That's why he had lasted longer than most stool pigeons. It's still a 10, pal.
Okay, don't get sore. You like that action?
Yeah.
Every time. What'd they tell you? Every time. He never misses. So what'd you think? I never misses.
Well, it was just a back alley private eye.
He's a problem, Drew.
They took his license.
That sure slowed him down.
Okay. I'll haul him in, keep him under wraps.
Until when?
After the election?
What good's that gonna do?
Shut him up.
The guy's gonna squawk, he's gonna squawk, no matter when.
All right, then some of my boys will get tough with him.
And what about the grieving widow? You gonna lock her up, too?
Oh, what does she know?
Bell Delegaro and Marlowe are like that right now.
I still don't see what either one of them can do to us.
Think about it. Marlowe and Delegaro are friends, pals. He's soft on the widow. Don't you see? It's personal to the guy. And that's dangerous.
So what's your idea?
There's only one way to shut down a guy like Marlowe. Toreba.
You a cop? Max, you turned me in? Me?
Look, it's okay, Stella. He's not.
You know I hate cops.
Look, it's the guy I told you about. He's a friend, Marlowe.
Oh. Well, you look like a cop.
That's not nice.
No, it's not. It's not nice at all. Hey, look. Take a seat. Look, go wash your face. Fix your lipstick, something. Stella Lamont.
If you say so. You got something for me?
Got a C note on you?
That's important money, Max.
Look, you want a line on the Delegaro killing or not?
Let me guess. This, Stella went to a pajama party and Delegaro was there. Only they both forgot their pajamas and I wore them.
I wasted your time. Sorry.
Look, what I don't know could be worth 50.
Look, give me a break, Marlowe. The money's for Stella to get her out of town.
Since when did you become Santa Claus?
Her real name is Stella Cho. She's my kid's sister. Family's real worried about her.
Okay, split the difference. 75 will get her out of the country, Max.
It's a deal. Okay, this guy Delegaro, he gets around, if you follow my meaning.
Just get to the point.
Get out here, Stella. Didn't bother me then, he had my vote. So, Delegaro meets Stella at La Brava Club.
Yeah, picked me out of the line, just like that.
And they see each other a few times.
We were in love.
You went up to Puma Lake with him?
The cabin?
Yeah, lots of times.
So it was love's young dream. What happened?
What happened was she got hooked by this junk peddler, Taribo. And he talks her into setting up De La Guerra.
You tell it.
I want a drink. I ain't say nothing till I get a drink.
Tell me about Taribo.
Yeah. Okay, right away. Vinny, run over to the liquor store and get a bottle of gin for Mr. Chill, 303.
Right away, sir.
Spanish didn't know what was going on. Taribo, he took the pictures.
That creep's gonna get a hole poked in him one day soon.
Hey, look, mister, don't look at me like that, okay? I felt lousy about it.
Yeah, sure you did.
Well, she did. She came and told me about it, didn't she? So I put a tail on this punk, this Taribo. You know where it leads me?
Imlay.
Straight to Don Imlay.
Gets himself killed.
So I have to figure it goes all the way up to Masters. Imlay's dead.
For Mr. Chill. Yeah, he was wondering where you got to. I'll take it. Eat it, pretty boy.
Imlay hired Taribo to frame De La Guerra.
Taribo, that bastard.
We went to Spanish's office to show him the pictures. They had a fight, and Imlay got to his gun first.
That's my drink.
Wasn't supposed to happen that way. Masters didn't count on a murder. And he couldn't risk Imlay getting caught and spilling the blackmail, so he had Imlay taken out.
I ain't gonna hurt you, sugar, but you gotta come talk to some big shots. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, what?
Take it easy, Marlowe. I got some good news for you.
Spit it out. I could use it.
They did an autopsy on Imlay. I sneaked a look at the report. He'd been dead at least 24 hours when you found him.
That's it?
It puts you in the clear, don't it?
Yeah. But it also clears Imlay. He couldn't have kept that appointment with Spanish because he was already dead. Thanks, Ibarra. I owe you one.
You want a fix?
No,
Sure you do.
not from you.
As soon as you tell the mayor what you gotta tell him, he'll fix you real good.
The mayor.
We gotta get Taribo back in line fast.
I don't understand why we have to do anything.
This time you're gonna have to do more than just take the payoffs, Mr. Commissioner.
Get out of my way. Nobody gets two chances in the same day.
I still say it's crazy.
Shut up, Drew. You're giving me a headache.
You better get used to it, Drew. You're on his hook. You won't get off.
You don't learn, do you, Marlowe?
Setting up Spanish was one thing, Drew. That kind of crooked play gets covered up every day of the week, but accomplice to murder, that's a little more serious.
Murder? What murder?
Imlay went up to Puma Lake to show Spanish the pictures you boys had arranged. You wanted to force him out of the election. But it looks like Spanish didn't force too easy. They got into a fight, and Spanish killed him.
Go home, Marlowe.
Forget it, Masters.
Now, before things get out of hand. He's dead, all right. Cold-blooded murder. You should have got home when I told you to.
That's a cute line, Masters.
You better give yourself up.
I ain't falling for it.
Sounds like resisting arrest to me, Mr. Commissioner.
John Masters.
A junkie, Marlowe? She's gonna make a hell of a witness.
I don't want her for a witness, Masters. I want her for murder.
What?
You were in love with Spanish, weren't you, Stella?
Yeah, I was.
Are you saying she killed De La Guerra?
Maybe you wanted to tell him you were sorry for the frame. You got angry. You got upset. You didn't mean to kill him.
No, I didn't kill him.
You're stalling, Marlowe.
You.
Put the gun down, kid.
You ordered my brother dead.
You're confused.
You told Tariga to kill him.
Drew.
To kill Max.
You'll be all right.
It's too late. It's always too late. You got a cigarette?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, now let's get this straight before my boys come. Masters set up the frame, Imlay carried it out. De La Guerra killed Imlay, Stella killed him. Now they're all dead. Ring around the rosy.
Is that the way you want to play it?
For the good of the city and ourselves, that's the only way to play it. It's a hell of a note when the commissioner of police has to be his own undercover man.
They ought to give you a medal.
Marlowe, we don't have to bring the pictures into it. You're a friend of the widow, aren't you?
Yeah. That's right. Nice and neat, ring around the rosy. I wanted it to be that way. Wanted it bad. But that's not how the pieces fit together.
Spanish always loved orchids.
Case is closed, Bill. There'll be inquest reporters, but on the record, it's all wrapped up. Maybe you can start to forget now.
Forget? I don't want to forget my life with Spanish. I don't want to forget any of it.
Yeah, we had some great times together, the three of us. That's all gone now. The good part.
doesn't have to be.
What about Stella Lamont? You want to forget her? Here's to Stella for dying before she could say she didn't kill Spanish. She was used all her life. Murder rap won't mean much to her now.
What are you saying, Philip?
I was awake all night trying to put the questions out of my mind. What was Spanish's gun doing on the floor? Why would he make an appointment with a man he knew was dead? What were the bullet shells doing in a cigarette box on his desk? Spanish didn't die right away, Bill. He used his last moments to mess up the evidence. The shells must have fallen on his desk and he had just enough strength to hide them and make it look professional. He scribbled Emily's name in the book. He pulled out his gun to make it look like a shootout. He used his last ounce of strength to protect the person he loved most in the world, the woman who killed him. You, Bill.
They sent me one of the pictures.
You knew there were others.
Yes. But actually seeing Spanish with another woman, it drove me mad. I put my gun in my purse. I drove to his office. Spanish refused to pull out of the election. He didn't care if our marriage got smeared across the paper. I'll go down with you. I will give myself up.
No. Downtown, they like it fine the way it is. It's swell politics. Spanish did a good job of shielding you. I'm gonna let him get away with it. Because he wanted it that way, and because I don't want his name dragged through the mud.
Philip, will you help me?
Can't.
We could be happy together.
Goodbye, Bill.
Some men give their wives flowers or jewelry. Spanish gave his wife her freedom. I couldn't take it away from her. But I couldn't share it with her either. All I could see when I looked at her was a woman I loved, who'd killed a good man.